All right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this evening with a message. Okay. I'm not going to be with you long here. Not at all. I'm trying to, and how do I do this? I don't know. Here. Uh, got it. Got it. Wrong. Okay. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Sister Deborah is here this evening with a wonderful message. You are going to get what you got coming. Mm, mm, mm. You are going to get what you got coming. I'm going into, we're going to kind of wear out Revelation, because Revelation is saying something that's connect to what Sister Deborah was saying to you all in those 3 videos. Head home. Okay. Go in the direction toward the Most High Yah. Find your way home. And what that means is, if He is greater in you, it is high time you find that greatness of what is abiding in you and get with it. That's home for you. That's even your eternal home. Just imagine, here you are on the earth, already with your eternal, because He's in you. If He is in you and He's greater than anything on the outside of you, wouldn't you be home? Why you're home? Because that's your eternal home. It's with the one that is in you. See, people can't see that. People couldn't put those pieces together. They couldn't grasp that and feel that thing. So a lot of times when you're talking, you hear Sister Deborah talking, a lot of people don't even understand where Sister Deborah coming from. But I know where I'm coming from because I know where I'm going. How about that? Can you say the same thing? I know where I'm going. You see? So this message today is going to add in with what I've been saying, head home. That means bring all of who you are into Yah. When you say, well, how can I do it? Can you show me how? It's a feeling inside. It's who you are. It's your spirit. Okay? It's that entity that He gave you, like unto His image. A spirit. And that spirit, I guess that kind of makes sense too. Why the gate is narrow and very few going to find. Find what? Their own spirit. What do you mean, Deborah? Their own spirit going through the narrow gate. Don't that make sense? It makes a lot of sense. Very few shall find, because 99.9 don't know they got a spirit. And that's what's going through the narrow gate. Y'all didn't know they did you. Your spirit. So when Sister Deborah is saying it's time to head home, it means work on all of your strength, your mind and your heart and your spirit. Get to know it from the inside and let it rest therein with the one that's greater in you. Feel that thing. Learn to work on that. Nobody don't want to do that. People don't want to do that. People, they don't want to have nothing to do with that. They don't want to have anything that connects them to something they cannot control. Deborah, you going there, ain't you? Yeah, I'm going all the way tonight. If they can't control it in a way where they can see it and hear it in the natural and see it in the natural to believe it, then they ain't got no dealings with trying to figure out when I got a spirit. What was all that about, Father Yah? What sense did it make for you to want us to know that you gave us your image? For us to walk around here and not know what the image is? Because, Father Yah, that's what I understand from the wilderness. They don't even know who they are. It's not so much as just Israel and Judah people, period. They don't even know they got an eternal part of them. That really is the part that has life. They have no idea where the life rests therein. They think the life is in the flesh. No, the life is in the spirit. But yet they don't know where their spirit is. They don't know nothing about their spirit. They stuck on what you call stone cold stupid. They came here like that. They're going to leave here like that. That's why the ball been sitting right where it was dropped and ain't nobody picked it up. So when this message I'm going to cover, it's going to kind of take you in the area of why it's important to bring all of who you are to the altar of the Most High Yah. And the altar of the Most High Yah is the Ruach HaKodesh. I'm not talking about the altar of your sanctuary at your house. A place that you go in a room and you call it the altar. No, the altar, and the only altar that I know of, is the altar of the Most High Yah, and that's his bosom. Can't come no close to that. You can't come no close to that. To be in his bosom, you can't come no close to that. That's my altar. Even when I'm praying to him, I say, I'm coming to your altar. Why? I'm coming. I'm like a little baby. Come lay on your bosom, Father. And tell you, and not tell you, but pray to you. That's the altar. You want to know what altar is? In the spirit realm, that's the altar. The Most High Yah bosom. So here we are, coming with a message this evening. You are going to get what you got coming. As I continue to breathe with the life that Yah has breathed in me, I give him all glory and honor for it. I don't take it for granted. I tell y'all that for real. And I thank him for it, because I could have been gone a long time ago, y'all. But yet I'm still standing here, not for my sake, but for his sake. Has he assigned me to continue to be right here where I'm at? And I give him glory for separating the wheat from the tare and constantly allowing those that are not about him not be on this page focusing on Sister Deborah, because it just, so many people is in the wrong place. And it's okay. You're going to fall off soon because you're out of order. You're in the wrong place. You don't follow order. Whenever somebody ever look up rebellion, that's can't follow the rules. That's out of order because you can't follow rules. That's what Adam, first man, gave a order or a commandment or instructions or a direction, and he couldn't follow the rule. That's out of order. And that's how it is today. And it's all good. What makes that good? Like that good in the garden that was holding hands with evil? That's that good. It's good for the evil to represent their own evil ways. That's good. A lot of people wouldn't grip that. But evil had good. Evil was holding hands with good. That's the only way it can deceive you, manipulate you, and have you on its side if it holds your hand. So you can walk side by side with each other. So I want to get into this message, but I want to first start off in Mark chapter 12. I want to first start off in the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 29. In the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 29. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. In the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 29. Listen to this. And Yeshua answered him, the first of all the commandments is, hear, O Israel. To me, that's dangerous. That's dangerous right there, y'all. That's dangerous. You mean to tell me Israel had a hold of the commandments and they are the main ones that don't keep it? Because if it was for Israel, then that's who's supposed to be holding it. You know what Israel will say? When they ain't holding, the whites ain't holding, the China ain't holding, Russia ain't holding it, ain't nobody saying nothing about them. See the foolishness in the mind of Israel. But then you want to say, we the people. This book is about us. You see how stupid they sound? If you ever want to measure it, all you have to do is wonder, how is it that you can take 4% of the house of the tribe of Judah, 4%, and that 4% can't move forward to 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%, 9%, 10%. It only can move backwards. 3%, 2%, 1%. What the rat's behind wrong with that? Why is it they can't move up? Because if you've awakened and you really got what it takes, you're supposed to be moving forward with that bad boy. And if you are really the true Jews, or are you the true fools that call yourself the true Jews, but yet use the fools, but yet you are the Jews, but you're the fools? What's the problem with the prophet? Only can measure 4% out of the whole tribe of Judah that has awakened. Why can't it switch to 5%, 6%, 70%? Boy, you see it moving up, you feel good. Ooh, it's moving up, y'all. It's going to 8%, 9%, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, you're feeling really good. But when it's going down from 4% down to 3%, down to 2%, being in the wilderness, that's how I see it. No, I don't have to see it the way you see it. You continue to see it the way you see it. But I'm telling you what I see from the level where I'm taught. Okay? It's a decrease. It's not an increase. And look what hour we're in. Not hour, Deborah. Tell them it again. Look what day we're in. A day like no other. And how is it Judah decreasing instead of increasing on their full awakening? But yet they want to tell the world. They want to tell, how you going to tell the world with 3%, 2% of Judah? How you going to tell the world that? You can't. Because you sitting focusing on the world and you don't understand the world knew who you were when you got your tail over here. Even you knew. But the forefathers didn't translate it to the generation after generation after generation after generation. They left us with nothing. But we had something. Oh, Father, y'all. Thank you, Father, y'all. They left us with nothing, but we had something. Praise the Most High Yah for heavens orchestrating everything on the earth. Because if it had not been for the Most High Yah plan, the way he has orchestrated it, Sister Deborah wouldn't be standing here before you. I don't think we'll be standing nowhere. Okay? So I want to start from Mark chapter 12 and verse 29. It bothers me because it has it capitalized here in 29. Mark chapter 12, verse 29. And Yeshua answered him, The first of all the commandments is, O Israel. Sound like somebody was trying to make a statement to Israel. The Yah is one Yah. Yahuwah is one Yah. Is one. He is one. Yahuwah is one. Now watch this here. Verse 30. Yeah, verse 30. And thou shalt give and gave Yah all thy heart, all thy spirit, all thy mind, and all thy strength. This is the first commandment. Now, if he's saying this to Israel, Israel never did that, y'all. Israel never done that. Verse 30. And thou shalt give Yah all thy heart, all thy spirit, all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. But look who he's talking to, you guys. He's telling it to Israel. You see how messed up that is? And now Israel on the earth only see Yah 4%, down to 3, probably 2 by now. That's awakened. That's sad. When you are carrying the word from the Messiah, it was given to you. Let me break that down. In here, he's talking about this is the first commandment. Many of you all have no idea how they screwed it up, so you'll never understand nor respect the first commandment. The first commandment is telling you, give me what I've given you back. Give me what I've given you back. That makes so much sense. Because when you abide in him and he abide in you, then that means you are giving what he gave you back to him. And he says, all thy heart. You think he's talking about the flesh heart? Would you think that he's talking about the flesh heart? When he said all thy spirit. Now in here it says soul. Another way of confusing people. What do you want to do with your soul? What he need with your fleshly heart? Now watch this here. With all thy mind. What do he need with your fleshly mind that carries feelings and emotions and its own little wisdom and its own little knowledge? What do he do? What do he want with that? And with all thy strength. What are you going to do with your strength? It's in your flesh. Muscles. What are you going to do with your strength? Think, y'all. You can't think. You know why? You're a long ways from where you think you should. You think you at. Those 4 things is spiritual, you guys. Even when it has soul, it's supposed to be spirit. All he's saying is, come unto me with all that is invested in you. That's all he said. But he's not talking about your flesh. He's talking about your spirit. When Sister Deborah told you to go back home, go home. You all thinking I'm cuckoo clocking and don't even understand what I'm talking about. I'm speaking of your spirit. Find its way home. What's at home? You go to home, you knock, the door gonna be answered. You seek, you're gonna find. You ask, and he would answer. That's what's at home. The light is on. Spirit and truth reside there. It teaches you from home. So when I'm saying go back home, it's a spiritual place, you guys. Feel that thing like it is. It ain't got nothing to do with your flesh. Nor do this. And guess what? Israel nor Judah will never, ever, ever understand that in the order of spirit and truth with the light. They wouldn't understand that. They would not understand. Let's go over that again. Mark chapter 12, verse 29 and 30. Yeshua answered him, and the first of all the commandments is, O Israel. Why do you got to do that? Why would that have to? Why did you got to do that? They don't hear you. Why is you going to say, oh, Israel, when you know Israel ain't hearing you? Not today. Maybe yesterday. But what happened? Yah is one Yah. Verse 30. And thou shalt give Yah all thy heart, all thy spirit, all thy mind, all thy strength. This is the first commandment. You know how you should say something like, let this mind be in you that was in Christ? That mind was the power. It was the word. And it was the spirit of Yah. It wasn't your flesh, baby. Y'all ain't got nothing to do with your flesh. Let's continue. Let's go to Luke chapter 10. In Luke chapter 10, verse 27. Luke chapter 10, verse 27. And it reads, and he answered and said, thou shalt give Yah all thy heart, all thy spirit, all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. This says even your neighbors, which is still good. But it's telling you, who is the neighbor? Who is the neighbor? As thyself. If you're giving Yah all your spirit, then your neighbor is those who also giving their spirit. It has to be your neighbors from the level of the kingdom, meaning the righteous one. You see, he ain't saying the neighbor and thy neighbor as thyself, as if the world as to yourself. The neighbors have to be like unto you with Yah. You see, you remember Matthew 25 when Yeshua had separated the righteous from the unrighteous, meaning the sheep from the goat, and then he began to tell them, when you done it unto the least of one of these, meaning the righteous one, you have done it unto me. You see, he ain't telling you to go out here and do the world. He's not telling you right here in Luke chapter 10 and verse 27. He is not telling you, and thy neighbor as thyself. The neighbor is this neighbor that's your neighbor in eternal, spiritual. You see, people don't understand. When Yah live in you, he is so great and greater than anything on the inside of you and anything on the outside. He's not going to be in you and not have you respecting people, and you're giving to your neighbors. Even if they saved or not saved, You're just going to have see, people don't understand. The Holy Spirit is what he said it is. It is a teacher, revealer. It teaches you how to walk in a way of holiness. It don't teach you to go out here fighting and smoking and drinking and all of that sort of thing with people that's out there and hanging out with them. No, it teaches you how to walk in holiness. So he's saying this is your neighbors is identical to what Yeshua was saying. When you done it unto the least of one of these, you have done it unto me. And because they were saying, but when did we do it to you? It wasn't that you did it to me, but when you do it to the least of one of these, which are the righteous one, you have done it unto me. He turned around and told the goats the same thing. They said, when did we not give you? When was you around and we didn't give you a drink and we didn't take you in? He said, no, it's these righteous ones. When you done it, oh, praise the Most High Yah. When you done it to the least of one of these, you have done it unto me. Stand down. That was a heavy statement. That was a powerful statement to the point. I asked the Father, I said, Father, you done just told these people what the kingdom have set up on the earth. And they still can't get it. They still can't get it. They still can't comprehend it. And that's sad. No, it ain't sad. It's glad. Get glad, Deborah. Don't be sad. The kingdom knew about it. Don't worry about it down here, baby. I knew what's going on. And that's the only thing that got me on this live right today. Is him constant reminding me, Deborah, the kingdom knew it before you hear it. Okay. It gives you that comforter that comforts you when you say, well, Father, but why are they doing? Deborah, get in your lane. You see? Now watch this. Here in Luke chapter 10, verse 27. And he answered and said, thou shalt give thy Yah all thy heart, all thy spirit, all thy strength, and all thy mind, and thy neighbors as thyself. That's identical to what Yeshua was saying when he was sending them when he was telling them the lake of fire is for them, the goats, and he was telling the righteous the kingdom eternal is for them. He explained to them, when I, and then what did they say? When did we do this to you? Both goats and the sheep. He said, but when you done it to the least of these on the right, which are the righteous, you have done it to me. You done messed with me. I love that. Father Yah. I really do. I really like that. Because it sends a powerful statement, but that's all right. Get in your lane, Deborah. I'm in there, Father Yah. I'm finna go to my lane. Let's go to Matthew chapter 22. In Matthew chapter 22, now we're going to bag this thing up. But first we got to go up. We're going to land this thing down because I'm going to show y'all something that 99.30 billion don't know. We're going to get to that. And it has a great deal to do with what I'm telling y'all, where you should be heading to. Okay? In Yah. I ain't talking about in this world. Matthew chapter 22 and verse 37. Matthew chapter 22 and verse 37. Yeshua said unto him, thou shalt give thy Yah all thy heart, all thy spirit, and all thy mind. Give it to Yah. When people would think he's talking about their flesh, he don't want your nasty flesh. He never wants your nasty flesh. What would he want to do with your dirt? When did the dirt play a significant role in the kingdom? Dirt wasn't even existing until he created the earth. So therefore, don't go there. He don't want your nasty heart of flesh, your nasty mind. You know what's in that mind? He don't want your strength of your might because you think you're tough and bad. He don't want that. He want that which is in your spirit. See, because people didn't get it. The ball was dropped in Genesis, so they don't know that they have a spirit, and in that spirit it has a heart. In that heart, in that spirit it has a mind. In that spirit it has strength. And he just said, "Give me back what I already own." Let that be your first. But what bothered me was when I heard him say, "Oh, Israel, why didn't the Hebrews teach that?" They're so busy saying, I'm the Jew. I'm the true people. Their main focus should be we the true fools. Because not only are we the fools yesterday, we the fools today. And worse. They won't focus on that. They want to be put up on a pedestal to be kings and leaders and rulers, to lead their people that's already in captivity in a different captivity from their own tribe, their own nation. And they did it. But don't forget, it was 4%. I'm sure it's down to 2% that is awakened. And when I say awakened, I mean just awakened to knowing who really they are. That's out of 100. You give or take from 2 to 4%. Because if you really count that 144, baby, let me tell you something. You don't know how to count. Because if you count that, you'll realize that 144, you got to at least count what? Oh, millions and millions. Even if you took 1 million and took 144, it still be like 1%. It shows you how to mind. They still haven't learned that yet. They haven't sat down with the Hebrew men and say, wait a minute, bro, wait a minute. If it's talking about 144, I don't think that number is legit. Y'all don't have to answer to nobody else's count. He is the numbers. Because if it's 144, y'all, let me tell you something. The gate that leads to life eternal, that narrow gate, it is narrow as the point of a pen needle, if that's the case. So here we are in Matthew chapter 22 and 37. And it's saying the same thing. Give me, give me. He's speaking of spirit. I'm going to tell y'all why you messed up. Sister Deborah did a series, 3-part. And not no one took it serious. But I'm finna show you where your heart is not in the right place. Because that same thing is actually covering this. When you wonder what I'm saying when I say go back home, find your way back. Go back to Yah. You look at me all cockeyed. I just read you 3 chapters and verse from Mark, Luke, and Matthews. What in the rest behind you think that's it? If he's sitting here saying, give me, give me, give me, give me, ain't that saying, come on back, come on back, come on back, come on this way, begging you. And you ain't got the sense to receive it. Y'all need to go back to y'all altar and make sure that at your altar, that it's not your altar, but it's yours. Because he's saying the same thing right here in the commandment. Give me. And I'm saying we're in the end day. We done got away from it. We in the end day, y'all. Let's go back home. I'm telling you to go back to this. And if that's too hard to make sense, it don't make sense. You ain't got no sense no way. If that don't make sense to you, you ain't got no sense no way. Because that they're telling you just as plain as day. Give me, give me. They're telling you to come in a oneness to him with your strength, your mind, your heart. He's telling you spiritual. Let's go. Romans chapter 8. In Romans chapter 8. Oh, no. Everybody want to do it their way. It ain't nothing wrong with doing it your way. Just go your way. Because your way is not his way. Romans chapter 8, and let's start with verse 8. In Romans chapter 8 and verse 8, it says, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yah. So what in the rest behind do you think that he wants with your mind? Your flesh, your strength, this mind that you got all kind of sick things going through it, your heart, which detached. What do you think he want with that? What do he want with your soul, your flesh? Ain't no soul, but he's speaking spirit, you guys. But this, what I say is crazy is I ain't saying nothing new. He been calling us back to him. But he said, Deborah, tell him. That's what time it is, Deborah. Tell him. Come back. What's different than Noah telling them? It's going to rain. It's in the end. Y'all, come on. I ain't saying nothing no different. They gone. They look at you all cockeyed like you ain't said nothing. And this is one of the greatest gifts anybody on the face of the earth can receive. It's a message like this and those three others telling them to go back home. Now watch this here. In verse 8, chapter 8 of Romans, verse 8, it says, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yah. So why would he want your fleshly mind, your fleshly heart, your fleshly strength, your fleshly body? He's speaking of spirit. Now watch this. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. Bam. That's what he wants. Notice what he said in verse 9. Listen to what he said. First, he tell you your flesh can't please him. So why would he tell you to give you give him your flesh, your heart, your mind, he's not talking about. See, people weren't taught that there's two. You got a spiritual mind, you got a spiritual a fleshly mind. You got a spiritual heart, you got a fleshly heart. You got a spiritual strength and you got a fleshly strength. But what people don't understand, they can't seem to separate it. You know what it has to do with? Control. People want that much power. They want the power of Yah in their control, full control. They don't want to take it away. He laid it out for them. Oh, no, it got to go my way or no way. But listen to what he said in verse 9. But ye are not in the flesh. Here a key, y'all. Here a powerful key. But in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of Yah dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Christ, he is none of his. So what the rats behind y'all been taught that he wants your heart, your mind, your strength. What are you going to do with it? Can't do nothing with it. Get your butt back home. Take your tail on back home if you got a home. If you don't understand what the home is, go back to those 3 videos. Find out what the home is, because you know what? You finna find out why he's sending your tail back home. Why has he got this prophet teaching you to take your tail home? Now watch this here. Verse 10. And if Christ be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness. You see? Right then, he didn't even call out your spirit, y'all. He didn't even call out your spirit. He's letting you know my spirit. See, right there, he's showing you right there that my spirit overrides your own spirit. So you're supposed to be coming my way, not yours. Let's go to John. Is that the Gospel of John? Chapter 23. Y'all can't do nothing with your flesh. That's the way they taught y'all to believe that mess. And you should, it's okay. It's all well. Because not one time did he have any problem with walking and seeing Adam do the opposite of what he charged him not to do. After he put perfection and perfect all in him and created him perfect and everything around him, he still went where? To the opposite side of what perfect is in Yah. Okay. The Gospel of John, chapter 23. So I can see that today. Wait a minute. The Gospel of John, chapter 23. No. Let's see here. 23 and 24. I got that down wrong. I got it wrong. Let me explain that still. The Gospel of John, chapter 23. Ain't 23 and 24. Let me go back to Romans chapter 8. And what I did read, I might have wrote the wrong chapter down. It made a lot of sense. Wait a minute. Let's go to the Gospel of John chapter 3 and 34. Maybe let's try that one. The Gospel of John chapter 3 and verse 34. I don't remember going 3 and 34. This is not one of them, but I'm going to speak on this one here. The Gospel of John chapter 3 and 34. For he whom Yah has sent, praise the Most High Yah, speaketh the word, it's supposed to be word of Yah. For Yah giveth not the Spirit by measure unto him. Freely does he give it. To who? The one that he sent to speak the word. No, this is not my verse. This is not it. This is not my verse. So, but what it is, many verses is saying the same thing, that the flesh cannot serve Yah. So when I came from Mark chapter 12, Luke chapter 10, Matthew chapter 22, I wanted to give you in Romans chapter 8, verse 8 through 10, to show you that you cannot serve Yah in the flesh. So when he's giving you the first commandment, it ain't got nothing to do with your flesh. It has to do with your spirit being. It has to do with your inner man. That's that same one I'm telling. Get back home. Form this relationship from the inside out. The reason why I got to come out is you got to know on the outside that you got it tamed to what's on the inside of you. You got to know that, y'all. You can't play both roles. Or I can play holy and roly inside, but on the outside, I can kind of do it my way. And it's okay, as long as I can play it on the inside. No. You're supposed to tame the flesh and get it under the subjection to the spirit. Why? Because it's got something, the spirit got something greater than your spirit itself. And that's the Ruach HaKodesh. So therefore, you better tame that flesh and let that flesh recognize that you got something greater in you than anything on the outside of you, even your flesh. But people don't know nothing about that. So it's going back to what the Father was saying. Now we're finna enter into Revelation chapter 7. In Revelation chapter 7, it's going to tell a story, y'all. It's going to kind of give you an insight of why Sister Deborah said, get your butt home. No, that's it. That's not it. My pages fell out. I got to come back to the book where the other chapter 7, Revelation chapter 7. In Revelation chapter 7, verse 3 and 4, let's read Revelation chapter 7, verse 3 and 4, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our Yah in their forehead. Now, it did not say the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, or the whole house. It's speaking of the servants, y'all. Sister Deborah been trying to get y'all to understand. Are you a servant of the Most High Yah? Are you a servant of the Most High Yah? Are you just running around figuring, hey, I'm just going to get in because I know I am? I want you to be careful. Because I'm about to show you why it's important to get your butt back home if you know you had a home in Yah. Okay? Revelation chapter 7 and verse 3. And it reads, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants. What is servant? Can somebody put it in the live chat? What is the word servants? And if it says servants of our Yah, it ain't saying servants of Israel, servants of Judah, servants of America, servants of China. It's saying servants of who? The Creator, y'all. What's so hard to see? In their forehead. So he's speaking of his servants. They are needing to be sealed before anything take place on this earth. They are to be sealed. Interesting. Look what he thought about us. Enough to make sure we are sealed. He had to seal us to keep us from what you're about to find out. Now, I'm going to be honest. I didn't talk this, but hey. I'm glad that I'm the individual that hears the Ruach teach me and speak to me. Every day he's showing me something. On top of stuff he done already taught me, it's no end, y'all. There's no end to Yah revealing and teaching you different steps to his order. Now watch this. Verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. See, he heard the number when? After he was sealed. You see? After he was sealed, he heard the number. You see what I'm saying? He didn't hear the number until after he was sealed. Okay? Now, listen to this here. Servant is a steward. Exactly. Okay? Here in Revelation chapter 7, he said, and I heard a number of them which were. See, he's telling, he heard this, but John is saying he heard the number, but they were already sealed. I heard the number which were sealed, as if they were already sealed. Heaven already had them sealed anyway, y'all. You see? So here it is. It says, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. That alone should have caused between the 4 to 2, either 4 in between 4 and 2% of Israel, including Judah. Let's just say that. Oh, even if we just take Judah, but just saying in between 4 to 2%, that right there was enough for them to awaken to the point of, come on, y'all, it's got to be more than what we've been lying about. It got to be. But listen to what he said, of the children of Israel. You just think you're going to get in because you're talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. How many did he kill? How many Moses come off the mountain and kill? Wasn't it 3,000, not including women and children, because they had to take them out too, in case y'all didn't know that. Oh, yes. Y'all don't play. Like people be telling you, hey, babies, they automatically go, no, use alive from the pit of hell, because once you receive that breath, and if you don't receive the breath, then you go back where you come from. But if you've received that breath, one day, 1 hour, it's sealed with your eternal destiny. Now, if your eternal destiny is to come back to the kingdom, then that's your destiny. But if your destiny is to go to the lake of fire, then that's your destiny. In Yah, you had 1 hour of breath. But I knew who you were before you got down there. See, we want to run Yah, and we wrong about that. We want to tell him how it got to go, because that's the way we feel it should be. They didn't, I would say somebody done messed us up, but no, y'all said we was like that before we even got over here. So ain't no need to lying on everybody else, messing us up. We were gone before we got over here. Okay. So here he's telling John, he said he had already heard the number of those that were already sealed. You see? So Sister Deborah's in here saying, get your butt home. If you are sealed, that means, because it is impossible for you to have the ruach and not be one of the sealed. It's impossible. Because what will be the sense for the ruach to be in you and living through you, teaching you, comforting you, showing you things to come, revealing things to you, and giving you that awesome power? For what? And then you're not sealed? Oh, no. Baby. Just like John said, I already had heard the ones that were sealed. See, everybody waiting for y'all to do it the way they wanted to receive it and the way they want to believe it. You late, baby. He's done. He ain't coming down here to play with you. And he ain't sending another one like unto Deborah. So you can go wherever you want to go. You ain't going to get nothing. Okay? Now, right there, hold on now, y'all. Now, this is where you're going to need your pencil to write this down as I go through it. Revelation chapter 8, verse 2. In Revelation chapter 8, verse 2. Now you're about to understand what Sister Deborah said, get your butt back home. And get where you need to be. In the bosom of the Father. Hearing his every move for you. Revelation chapter 8, verse 2. And I saw the seven angels, which stood before Yah. Now here go these angels. They standing before Yah. And to them were given. That's the characteristic of Yah. And to them were given 7 trumpets. Now we're going to drop down to Revelation chapter 8. We're going to hang on to 8. We're going to pull up in 9, but we're going to hang on to 8. Let's drop to Revelation chapter 8 and verse 5. All of it going to make sense. Revelation chapter 8, verse 5. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire. Do y'all see that? Of the altar. He talking about from the kingdom. This is what one of the angels did. He took this fire of the altar from the kingdom, y'all. Now, you know the kingdom fire ain't like this earthly fire. Y'all better wake up. And this is what he do. And he cast it into the earth. Write that down. And cast it into the earth. People, you don't get it. I ain't telling you nothing no different than Noah was telling them people. It's time to come on in. Get where you're supposed to be in the spirit realm. And no matter where you at in the natural, y'all work that thing out. But get where you supposed to be in the spirit. Now watch this here. Now this angel is filling this here up with fire of the altar. And I'm like, wait a minute, Father, what that altar wait a minute, hold up. What he doing? That is not like the fire that you might have on the earth. Even being cremated couldn't touch what's this here. Okay. The key to it, put a number 1, and you're going to say, cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thundering and lightning and an earthquake. What is going on, Father? You see what I'm saying? So while y'all walk around looking at Sister Deborah all cockeyed because your spirit don't understand a word I'm saying, that's on you. It ain't meant for you to understand it. Because what I'm about to do is break it down as low as it can possibly be broken down. Right there. This angel, sun fire, and cast it into the earth. Who's in the earth? We are. Okay. Now, verse 6. Now, here go the seventh angel, which had the 7 trumpets. Now, here come the 7 angels finna pull up and do their duty. Now, you see, this is why you need to get your butt where you need to be. And not be out here saying, I'm already sealed, so I can just do anything. No, baby. No, baby. Go home. Go home. Okay, so verse 6 says, and the 7th angels, which had the 7 trumpets, prepared themselves to sound. Now, wait a minute. First, they was at the altar. They was in front of the altar, y'all. Why? Waiting for they most high to give the charge. He gave them 7 trumpets. Go with it. Now, here we go. The first angel, verse 7, sound. And there followed him, when he sounded the trumpet, there followed, after he sounded, hail and fire mingling with blood. And they were, here go the, how many is this you want to do? This is the second one. And they were cast upon the earth. This is the second. Were cast upon the earth. Do you see why he told them to seal them in Revelation 7? Because I'm finna show up and show out. So if you think that you're not supposed to be trying to get home or get your spirit in line with the Father, assure with him that, hey, in you, you know where you're supposed to be at. Let me tell you something. Stay your tail on out there. Since you think you sealed. Since you think you sealed. I got sense enough to know I need to where I need to be. So if I know that I'm a prophet, I am a servant. He ain't talking to nobody but the servants anyway. Hello. So if you ain't found being not just full of the Ruach, but you the servant of the Most High Yah, he ain't talking to you no way. So you don't need to go home. Go on to your house. Okay? So here in verse 7, Revelation chapter 8 and verse 7, he's sitting here telling you that they cast upon the earth and the third part of the trees were burnt up and all the grass were burnt up. That's what was going on in chapter 7. He said, don't do nothing to nothing until they are sealed. And John said, wait a minute, hold up now. I already heard the count of how many were sealed. This is before John heard the number of those that were already sealed. Before the order is coming down to seal them. That's what John was saying. He said it in verse 7. Let me see. Verse 7 and verse 3. What did he say? And saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the tree. No, that's verse 4, I think it was. And I heard the number of them that were sealed. He could have heard it after, but I believe he heard the number before they even sealed them. Either or, they sealed. So here, someone would say, well, I don't need to do anything then if I'm sealed. Okay, you better be careful. You might have sealed yourself. How about that? Only way you're going to know if you sealed, if you get your butt home and abide in him and he in you. And that means deal with him in your spirit. No, want it, feel it. I want a relationship with him. Everybody think they can have a relationship with him in their flesh. And hey, I cross that bridge when I get to it. No, baby, you got to have a relationship with him in your spirit. You don't deal with your flesh. Okay, so verse 7 said here that he's telling them to cast upon the earth something that has hell and fire mingling with blood. He's telling them to cast it on the earth. And the third part of the trees were burnt up, and all the green was burned up. So I guess that's like a warning. That was the first angel trumpet. That's like showing you I'm finna throw down. So I say unto you all, watch out for these things. That's all I'm trying to say to you. If you have the Holy Spirit and the Holy Spirit have you, how about that? Look after these things. Look for these things. Don't walk around here thinking, hey, ain't nothing going on. Ain't nobody going to do nothing. I got my keys. Or I know I'm full of the Holy. Here I am, a prophetess in the wilderness, taught by the Ruach himself. You think I'm going to sit here and put that boasting and that ego mindset and not be trying to do what I'm telling you all to do? Oh, come on now. Now, here we go. Verse 8. And the second angel sound, and as it was a great mountain burning with fire. What's this deal, Father? What's going on with all this fire? That's the third one. Something going on that has to do with fire. But what kind of fire is it? Is it like the fire of the fire? But wait a minute, the one of the angels filled it up with fire of the altar. So that angel wasn't one that had the trumpet. So he's preparing the ones that do have the trumpet, which is the first and the second one, with the fire. From what? The heaven. From what? The altar of Yah. That means this type of fire that they putting on here is not like the normal fire. You talking about cremating. Oh, the fire's on fire, baby, please. This is sending a sign ahead that these are the things that's going to happen. Get your tail home. Because what the thing about going home and being in the home, guess what? You're going to see these things right before your very eyes. You're going to see them. But ain't nothing like being in the house with the Most High Yah. And all this chaos is going out on the outside. Why? Because you in the house in the spirit, but you in the flesh still alive. That means your emotions, your feelings, and the way you see it and how you're going to feel once you at home, it'll work on your outer man for you. So you can really, you'll be saying, oh, I know, oh, Father, this is you. This is, oh, I'm okay. I know that, and you'll know how to even work with your family. You'll know how to work with your friends because you already got it right. Now, what's the sense of you having it right? If you ain't got it right, how in the rest behind your household or anybody gonna ever handle what is coming? If your household ain't got itself lining up with y'all, and you think he's just gonna come in your household because you say you all that and something, I don't think so. Me just sitting here breaking this down and saying this to you all. Guess what? Like people always ask me, they said, well, why is it that all time we known you, you always been a person that helping people and doing for people and giving people? You know what I told them? And y'all probably think I'm crazy. I said, after having 6 kids, you better be giving somebody something because you would want somebody to do it for your kids when you're not here or even when you can. And let me tell y'all something, y'all. The things that has come upon my sons, that right hand has protected them. And I'm going to tell y'all like it is. And every time I have to hear the testimony, or I have to hear what's happening to my daughters, I have to hear what happened to my sons, I always go back to the fact that Yah has protected them. Because that's the only way that they could have come out of it like they did. If Yah and only Yah. So here, I'm telling you, don't think that you all that and some and you exempt. Oh, but you can. You can. Because I keep forgetting. Those that are born of the flesh, they're going to always think they in there. Even when they ain't. They're going to always feel they're in there. even though they ain't. Okay, so here we in verse 8. And the second angel sound as it was a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. Now go back, y'all. Go back to verse 5. See who set this up. In verse 5, this angel was not one of the seven. You tell me y'all ain't orchestrating this bad boy. This number 5 is not one of the seven. Listen to number 5. We in Revelation chapter 8 and verse 5. And the angel took the censers and filled it up with fire of the altar. Why? He's finna send them down with the seven, with the first angel and the second one. That's why they're casting on the earth has to do with fire and blood. The second one has to do with blood. But the first one has to do with fire, and the second one has to do with fire and blood. And if y'all don't get it, it ain't meant for you too. You might as well go on to your house, your real home in the flesh. Because this right here is actually telling you why this sister is telling you it's time to head home. Okay? And it says here that it was cast into the sea. There go that cast again. So this is the what? This is the, let me see, the first one, trumpet was sound, and the seventh angel, and the, okay, so this is the second one. The first one was the one that were preparing for the first and the second trumpet to bring down that fire and that blood. Ooh, that's deep. That's deep, y'all. That's deep. So here it is, the first angel that sound, and then the second one that sound dealt with the fire and the blood that the first angel, which was not one of the seven, was preparing. Y'all got this thing orchestrated, y'all. Wait till I finish though. And in verse 9, and the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died. And the third part of the ships were destroyed. That's real. That's real. Okay. Verse 10. And the third angel, now the third angel finna pull up. The first two ones was blood and fire. Okay. The third one, the first one wasn't a part of the second, of the seven trumpet. So it's only the first trumpet and the second trumpet has been blown, and they dealing with fire and blood. Now we're going to the third angel sound, and there fell a great star. See, this stuff coming from above, y'all. This ain't coming from beneath. So let me show you what I'm trying to show y'all. So just imagine, Sister Deborah, I'm going to use me. Just imagine Sister Deborah is sitting here, call herself, trying to teach a bunch of people something. Now, she already long-suffering and enduring because y'all is showing her what the earth is doing and all this chaos that's going on. I'm seeing it in the natural, right? Just imagine this right here. If all this chaos is going on in the earth, guess what? It don't have nothing to do with this right here. This is going to go on too. You're going to tell me that ain't going to be no tribulation into something, like you say, like never. And nobody's preparing for it. And the way you prepare for it, make sure you with Yah. He said, give me. Why are you asking them to give you what's you already on? Well, Deborah, that's the first thing I want them to understand. That's my first commandment. My first charge on them. Give me your heart, your mind, your spirit, and your strength. Give it to me. And Sister Deborah telling y'all, give it to him right now. Go home and give it to him. And people don't get it. They can't comprehend a word you said. But yet, they in there. And he done told them this is the first commandment. She ain't telling you nothing new. So here it is, verse 9. And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed. That's why you got to get home. There's something there waiting. Because if the world is in the chaos, heaven's cutting up from the floor up. Now, not from the floor up, from the heavens on down. You know what you in? The reason why y'all can't feel it is because you're not who you think you are. I'm running around here looking stupid, talking about women. I'm feeling that thing. Oh, Father, I see it. Why they can't see it? I don't get why people ain't talking about it. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it. Nobody don't care. They not feeling this. And I'm like, Deborah, I gave you long suffering. I gave you endurance. You'll be okay. Now get in your lane. You got a lane. Get in it. Because that's where it's at. That comforter. Everything you need. Just get in it. Trying to figure out, well, why ain't nobody else understanding it and getting it and feeling this thing? As long as you are, ain't everybody servants, even though they say they are. I get it, Father, y'all. So watch this here. Verse 9. Right then, whatever it is that the third part of the creatures which has died in the sea from the second angel sounding the trumpet, something was cast into the sea. You think Russia threw a bomb? You think one of them done something like that? Something is going to go down. Verse 10. And the third angel sound, and there fell a great star. How did that happen? From heaven, burning as it were a lamp. Something burning. Just imagine a ball that's burning. And it said, the third angel sounded, and there fell. See, these angels are sounding their trumpet, and the power of whatever Yah is allowing to be released is being released. You see why he had to mark you? And he said to me to tell you, get in your lane. Not your lane, get on home. Okay? So you see what's happening? Now, if he's saying these things are happening, when you think your flesh would try to prepare, not prepare like, oh, let me get food, let me get water. Prepare for what your spirit has ready for it. Because your flesh is supposed to line up with your spirit. Because we are supposed to get our flesh under the subjection to our spirit. Many people don't even work on that. They could care less. They just think they run it. Okay. So so the third angel, something fall out from the heavens, a great star. But what kind of scary, not scary, let me not say that, from the heavens, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of water. Heaven, something is coming down, cutting up on the rivers and the sea. This is why he said, go home. Now, going home is a good thing, y'all. It's just working on your spirit man being in the place of the light. When you speak to people, speak spirit and truth. Let your light shine in this world, because people are running to find shelter. Even though the Ruach is in them, they still in doubt. And we that knows truth in the way that Sister Deborah teaches it, you're the one that's supposed to be going out. And when you're out here, you're speaking to people. And when you're speaking to them, what's going on in here is telling me to tell them to get on home. Tell them to get their butts home. Don't play with them. Because me, if I'm out on the streets, which I'm out there, I don't play with people. The way I talk to y'all, I talk to strangers. All my life. All my life. I don't care if it's a male or a female, young or old. I talk like I talk to y'all. I've been talking this way all my life. Ain't nobody ever bothered me. You see? Because y'all don't need somebody down here want to talk what you want to hear. or to satisfy your emotions. Get back in, Deborah. Okay, here I go. Now let's go to Revelation chapter 8 and verse 12. We're jumping down to 12. No, let's go on to let's go on down to 8 and go to verse 10. The third angel have sounded the trumpet, and something fell, a great star. But it's almost like that ball, and that big old round ball of fire burning. Okay. And it says from the heavens, burning as it was a lamp, and it filled the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of water. Verse 11. And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the water became wormwood. And many men, and we know it wasn't people. I believe it's going to be men, but I can't exclude women. But it says men died of the waters because they were bitter. It ain't that they was out. You see, y'all got to understand, in the spirit realm, he ain't talking about they drinking the water, but the water itself killed these people because it was wormwood. That water became wormwood, and many men died of the water because they were made bitter. Bitter represent, let me show you. Remember, I was teaching you all about how it says how they have made sweet to bitter and bitter to sweet. Now you don't know sweet because they made it bitter. When this is the bitter evil. Okay. Now, verse 12, it says, and the fourth angel sound, the third part of the sun was smitten. What do smitten mean? In Hebrew, what do smitten mean? And the third part of the moon and the third part of the stars, as the third part of them were darkened. What do smitten mean? Anybody? And the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. There it go again. Now the sun and the moon and the stars. Now it says in verse 12, the fourth angel sound, and the third part of the sun was smitten. Do you all know what smitten in Hebrew mean? That means strike. The sun was striked. Okay. And the third part of the moon was striked. And the third part of the stars were striked. So as the third part of them were darkened. And the days shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. Verse 13. And I beheld and I heard an angel flying through the midst of the heavens, saying with a loud voice, woe, 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 the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Notice it's sitting here letting you know, you and I know right here. Listen to what it says. Whoa, whoa is a warning to the inhabitants of the earth. So they letting us know we're down here. They letting us know, the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound. Mean giving you the warning that it ain't done yet. It ain't done yet. You see? Who do you think he's telling this to? You think he's telling this to the world? Come on now, y'all. He's telling this to his servants. He's not telling those who have the Ruach HaKodesh. They're full of the Holy Spirit. That's who he's telling them to. Whoa. The other three angels ain't even blown, have not sound yet. And this is where I end up having to go into Revelation 9. Just hear this. What you all don't see is Yah allowing things to be cast down. Okay? He's allowing things to cast down from the kingdom. He's allowing it to be cast down. You see? And during this time, you need to not be caught up in this. So all he's saying is, get yourself out of the way. I'm giving you the warning. Whoa. You think he warning the world? They ain't listening to him no way. So we're going to go right into Revelation 9. And the fifth angel sound, and I saw a star fall from heaven. You see? Things are actually happening. But who are you telling these things to, Father? Only those that are my servant. I'm giving them the spirit and truth of the whole matter. Why they are marked. And why you, Sister Deborah, I'm telling you and warning you to get in the right place with Yah. Okay. Now we go into Revelation chapter 9. And the fifth angel sound, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. See the stuff falling to the earth, y'all? Nobody can see all these things happening to the earth. You can't see. Now, it's two things going on, y'all. The earth, the world is doing their chaos, their actions and their chaotic, wicked and evil. But heavens is also releasing the trumpets to bring down, to judge those that are down here, thinking they got the upper hand. You see? Now here we go. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 1. And the fifth angel sound. Now you finna hear the fifth angel. And I saw a star fall from heaven. Where? On the earth. Who's on the earth? You are. That's all I was telling you. Make sure you write it down. All these things that's falling to the earth. Where you think you at? You on the earth. So you think he's just talking to a brick wall, right? You got to put it in the right perspective. What are these warnings for? I know he ain't talking to you because you already got your keys to the kingdom. And it says here, and it's the star fall from the unto the earth, and to him was given a key of the bottomless pit. Now, he was given the keys to the bottomless pit. This is the fifth angel. Verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Verse 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the what? The earth. See, everything is coming to the earth. Then you got to realize what I don't think people really getting. You own the earth. You see? You ain't going nowhere. These things are going to happen and you're going to be right here. This is why he wants you to understand how important it is to find your place in that light, in spirit and truth, where Yah is, and home where you reside. And that is the spiritual home. That don't mean you leave your family, you forsaken. No. It's just seeking ye the kingdom first and foremost, making sure you are intact the real home in the spiritual. That's the real home. This here down here is not the real home. A lot of people don't believe that because they think, home is where I have everything I got. Okay. Everything you got, you're going to remain. What do you think all these things coming to? All these things, these angels are releasing. What do you think they coming for? The earth. So he don't give a rat's behind about what you got. That's just you caught up in it. He's not. Okay. So you better have your spirit right with him. And what I mean right with him is you better be in the right place with him. Even being marked, you better be in the right place, not out in the world. Figure, hey, I'm marked. I got it. No. Okay. Verse 2. Revelation chapter 9, verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air was darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Now, what if you see that? What if you see that? You'll be the one that know how to deal with it. When everybody around you won't know how. But you'll know where it's coming from and you'll know where it's going. And anybody around you, if you are found to be the marked with the Ruach, guess what? People better run to you. That's another part of what I was trying to get y'all to understand. If you got it, they're going to want what you have. And I don't mean your canned food and your water. They already out here seeking, trying to bring comfort and peace because they see what the world is going on in the world. And they trying to find that place where they feel that they've been just out here alone. And they not alone. They have the Ruach. But it feels like they're alone. Okay. Verse 3, it says, and there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and upon them which them was given power as unto scorpions of the earth have power. See, and that's another way of showing you how Yah, they couldn't have this power had not Yah release it. That's also what Revelation is showing you who rule, who run this. Oh, I know it. We thinking the world run it. We think everybody else and Satan, everybody else run it. That's why I'm glad he bringing light out of darkness in the end day to show you that I'm the beginning and the end. Hello. I'm the light at the beginning. I'm the light at the end of the tunnel when y'all finish. I'm the Alpha and Omega. Check. So it says, and there came out the smoke of locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power as a scorpions of the earth have power. Verse 4. And it says, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass on the earth, neither the green things, neither the trees, but only those men which had not the seal of Yah in their foreheads. You see that? So this is the reason why Sister Deborah said, find your way home. Find your way home. Get there. And ain't no home on this earth your home. If you are in Yah, no, let me say it like this. If Yah is in you and you in Yah, that's your home. That's your home. Get there. And I'm speaking of spiritual. I'm not speaking of flesh. I'm speaking of spiritual. That means you're still living on the earth in flesh. You still got to conduct things that's going on with life, living on the earth. But first and foremost, once you get your, you know how, let's say an example. Let's say, for instance, Sister Deborah was storing away everything, all the food and the water and emergency equipment, emergency things, candles, light, flashlights, and I'm storing all this stuff. What the rat's behind am I'm storing all this stuff for all this that's coming with these 7 trumpets. But I don't have no relationship with the one that called the seven angels to come before the throne. They were standing before the throne waiting for him to tell them when to come down here. But yeah, I'm down here collecting and making sure everything is okay down here, and forsaking the one that's sending this stuff down. I am not in tune with him. I'm not in the oneness with him. That's crazy. I'm speaking of me. I'm speaking of me. That doesn't make any sense to be in that type of situation. Knowingly. I always used to tell people, even strangers, if only you knew who you walked up on. I tell them I don't have no shame in it. Don't listen to my words. Even if you are not of spirit and truth, nor the light. Even if you don't have the Ruach, don't hear the words. Because these words are not going to return void. They're going to come for you later on. And you're going to wish you applied Yah where you need to have him. You're going to wish that you would have known more even about what is taking place. But see, the Ruach is a true teacher, a true revealer, a true one that show you things to come. It's one that's going to comfort you, and that power is going to land on you. That's why you have every thing that you need in that home that I'm telling you. Make sure you connect with it. Somebody might say, "Well, if I'm already sealed, I'm good to go." I tell you what, that's you saying you sealed. You know you sealed when you feel them in you, teaching you, revealing things to you, and showing you things as a servant. A master show his servant as a son of Yah, and not as something you'd have made yourself up to be. I think this whole thing is something one must feel. If anybody in the live chat have any questions, please put them forth. We got a few minutes to answer a few questions. And if anybody in the live can't answer the question, go right ahead. But if it's good, it's all well. So everything, what I was trying to show you all, that everything in Revelation, starting with 7, 8, and 9, it was 7, 8, and 9 was really showing you why we better try to find Yah. He's going to allow all these things to come down. That means he's going to allow it to happen. So we're going to live to see it. You see what I'm saying? And aren't we still here on earth? And all these things he was casting down where? On earth. What sense does it make for him to mark individual if he didn't think that you would be here to see it? Ooh, Father Yah. That answer it right there. What's the sense of marking them? For what? Because, Deborah, they're going to feel that thing. They're going to see that thing. They're going to hear that thing. They're going to behold that thing. And they have no idea. Because they figure, hey, he coming for me. I'm going to be in Mount Zion. The sign from 7, sealing the servants, and then taking 7 angels before the throne and giving them trumpets to blow to bring down all these things to the earth. And then you turn around and tell them, and as long as you don't interfere with the ones that's marked. So that's showing you that you're going to be here. You can't see that. You're going to be here. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to see this thing. But when you in Yah and you at home, it's all well. You done got it from the beginning to the end. You just waiting for him to finish whatever he prophesied, because you know where you're going. Because you at home. Home separates you from the world, and meaning the things of the world and how they are detached. You guys, today, when I'm looking and over it all, I'm looking at it, it looks like to me 99.9 everybody's hooked in the ways of this world. No one seems to see the wrong that been switched for right. No, the wrong that's been switched over right, and how dark has been switched over light. Good has been switched by evil. And it just seems like I'm sitting back listening to all this stuff and watching all this stuff go on in this society, in this world. And I'm like, they act like they don't see none of it, Father. It's because when you have the Holy Spirit, because he's the teacher of all things, he's not going to have you out here stone cold ignorant. He going to bring things to you in the midst of the things he's going to bring to you. He going to comfort you in the midst of it. Hello. But he ain't going to stop letting you not see what actually taking place. If so, what will be the sense of him giving you the spirit of long suffering? What will be the sense to giving you the spirit of endurance when you ain't going to long suffer nothing nor enduring nothing? See, y'all need to make it make sense in the spirit realm. And you can roll that bad boy in the natural. But first and foremost, get the understanding in the spirit, so you can understand it in the natural. That's how I got the rumble. You got to get that flesh under the subjection to the spirit. You see? But did we have any question? Oh, yes, he does. He run the show. Okay. That's what it meant, right? Smithing mean to strike. Yes. Thanks for looking that up too. But yes, so that Sister Deborah just wanted to kind of add on and try to get you to understand that you are going to get what you got coming. So if you're standing around and thinking that you got this thing so nailed to the point where I ain't worried about nothing, I ain't fearful, I ain't this. And whenever you get to the point where you feel that you got already the keys to the kingdom, you might as well go on up in there. Since you got your keys, you got your ticket too, take your flight. Might as well. You see? But I sit back and I think about all this stuff he's showing me, and it hurts. It hurts in the flesh. But because of the comforter, that's what it's there for. It's to comfort you and assure you that it's going to be okay, and that it is okay. He wouldn't show me all this in Revelation to let me see that when you're telling them to come before me and to come home, there's a reason for that, Deborah. You might not have the fullness, but there's a reason. Come on, let me take you to Revelation. All those things. You notice he called them his servant. He marked them in the head. But him marking them in the head didn't mean that they're not going to fall into the trap. Guess why? Guess why? He charged every last one of the 7 trumpets. Now, y'all don't hear it. That's why I say you're a long ways from where you think you should be. Notice when he's charged the 7 angels that had the trumpet, he made sure they understand whatever you do, make sure that it doesn't interfere with the marked ones, as if it actually can. Woo! But he charged them that when these things take place, make sure y'all don't let this mess with the marked ones. So why would he have to tell them that if he marked them to not be messed with? Come on now. You see, you have to look at it from a standpoint of everything that he's doing from the spiritual level. Because I was looking at this one angel. I said, what are you doing? What is he doing up in the one here? Let me show you. in Revelation. It's this one angel in Revelation chapter 8. And he's sitting up in here, Revelation chapter, where's my, oh, here it is. Chapter 8, verse 5. And the angel took the censers and filled it up with fire on the altar of the altar. And I'm like, wait a minute, what altar is that? It ain't no earthly altar. And cast it into the earth. Into the earth. And there were voices and thunder and lightning and earthquake. Just listening to that, that was the same thing that the first angel and the second angel dealt with, which was fire, and they got fire here and blood, hail, fire mingling, and blood. And the second one was burning fire cast into the sea, became blood. So the first and the second one had the fire and the blood. Okay. And the first one had hail. But if you go up in 5, you hear another angel that's not one of the 7. And I think that people need to look into that too, because out of the angel's hand, the smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints, okay, ascended up before Yah out of the angel's hand. And the angel took the censers and filled it up with fire to go after the earth. Ain't that deep? So don't think that Yah has to answer and rumble the way you think things should be and the things that you should it should go. Because I've also heard about the Euphrates River. Those 4 beasts are coming with an army. Okay, they're coming up with an army that's going to do away with 1/3 of the population. You see what I'm saying? So these things, many of you all don't understand. You're thinking that, hell, I'm exempt. Be careful, because he marked the head, but yet warned the angels with the trumpet that they don't, anything that take place, make sure it don't interfere with the ones that's marked. Okay? But if you so assured that you are, it's nothing wrong with being assured that you have the Holy Spirit and you are one of the marked. It's nothing wrong with it. But don't think that you already there. You got your keys. You all this and you all that. You know what I'm saying? And you got the keys and you ain't done nothing to show that you even a servant. To me, that's messed up from the floor up. But yet, you got it all. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every one of you all that tune in. There is things coming from above and things coming from exactly. And guess what, y'all? There is another belief that's out there. Speaking of these other beings, they don't understand these are the principalities in high places, powers and rulers of darkness and wickedness. They're on the earth. They're saying that they're coming. Baby, they're here already. You see, they were once in heavenly places, mean above, not in the kingdom, but the skies. Now they're on the earth. That's why we have lawlessness. You all, this stuff that they made for these people to smoke, y'all, this is what these people, they making so much stuff. This people gonna be out here doing some things, y'all. And I know I keep saying this, and it seems like it's just you can't run from what he prophesied that would happen in this end days, but you can run to him. You can run in his direction, because now they got It ain't now. They already had it where they eating off people's faces. That's these chemicals. They when they approved weed, it's because they figured we can put chemicals in it and we'll sell it. And people running around here thinking they got the greatest gift from heaven because they smoking this mess freely. This is where the zombies are coming in. This is where people are actually taking lives at a blink of an eye, and they don't understand why this person would go out in there, kill his mama, his grandmother, his daddy, his granddaddy at the same time, then kill his baby. Why is this woman out here, killing her children? It's because people are not looking at the fact that they got these gummies, all kind of things that you can take in, all kind of things that you can entertain to get you this feeling of satisfying your flesh. They got all these things. Oh, this country got so many things out to mess with your mental state of mind. And people think it's out here for them to have a good day or a good night or a good, just a good time. And they just they giving them people these chemicals that's making them zombies and causing them to not have a mind to what they're doing and how they're doing. People ain't even thinking the reason why these people are out here doing this in this day and time, it's at the great number that they are doing it, is because these people are giving stuff. They got mind altering things taking place. A lot of that's taking place too. They got so much going on in this country. And just imagine, here over on this side, Yah is spilling out the revelation. And we ignoring what he's saying. And we watching and entertaining what they're saying. And we ain't even feeling the fact that what they're doing is to the flesh. And it's going to destroy a lot of people. A lot. Even if who you think you are, who you say you are. Yah didn't tell you that you was going to be exempt, because he told you they're going to kill the saints. They're going to come to get you. All this stuff that Sister Deborah saying on this platform, don't think they got me monitored. Don't think I ain't listed. See, that's the sickness. That's what gets me when people think you just on here just talking out of your rear end. You're giving them spirit and truth. You're giving them the light to get prepared for everything Yah said that's going to take place. And you got he is coming on one end, according to his prophecy, and then you got the world throwing down on another. And you really gave it a thought. The world's trying to match the end of Yah. That's what they're trying to do. But another thing that bothered me is because I can see this real clear, that China and Russia, Ukraine, all of them is in it together. They already know that the United States has fallen. They already know that. They're the one that's going to see it through. They're the one that's going to see it through. It's no such thing as, Donald Trump and he don't like what China is. They in it together. They like this, y'all. They're serving the same devil. So what makes you think one devil is different from the other? Why is it people can't put those pieces together? Because they so into trying to make it fit the way their flesh is willing to embrace it and accept it. And it don't rumble that way. It's not that way. It never will be, and it never can be. You see? But this is the mindset of people. They think that it's got to rumble the way they want to see it in the flesh and think it and understand it in the flesh. And this thing is way beyond your flesh. It's way beyond. That's how bad it is. Everything that they are doing, it told you when they say peace and peace, know that that's when they first got to say it to where the whole world heard it, and then destruction. Over there in Israel and in the Middle East, they don't want no peace. That's a bunch of, they could be trying to mimic the fact that it says peace, but what they gonna find out, you just walking my Father's will. You thinking you doing it your way, you still gonna walk what he said out. That's how dumb they are. See, they thinking they walking their own evil out, but they don't understand you still walking Yah's word out. And when they say peace, peace, that's mean destruction. Because Israel never had a peace that rests in their spirit. Never. And now they're going to deceive many that they're going to do peace, or we let go of the hostages. Wait till you see what's going to go down. It's going to blow your mind. What I'm waiting for is to see something they're going to do that is going to shake the kingdom. Said enough is enough. That's what I'm waiting for. And it speaks of it in Daniel. When you see that in the holy city, see, what is going on? That holy city is not holy because they are holy. They are the synagogue of Satan over there, but yet the synagogue is here. The headquarters is here. The synagogue is a place. They are the worshiper of the synagogue of Satan. You get it? So people would think that it's over there. No. Let's go back where he resides. Because as a teenager, I always wondered, why haven't you bumped them off over in Israel, Father? Y'all? I never could get that. If they are the people the way that they are, and they're not, look at all the wicked and evil they doing. Look at how they taking lives, and they calling them the people of Yah. Don't that make Yah? It don't make Yah look bad. It makes they fake God themselves evil. But how could the world be so? But if they dark, they go toward the way of darkness. That's the only way I can think of it. You're already down here to walk in the flesh. You're born in the flesh. You're going to walk the way of all the ways of the flesh, darkness. So it's just so much stuff, and it's just too much that's taking place, and all of it's going to come. So when you read in Revelation chapter 7, 8, and 9, and then you go up on tribulation, perilous time, lawlessness, all this stuff that's going on, y'all. And then you walk around like, hey, I'm already in the kingdom. I got my keys. I know I'm in the narrow gate. Baby, you see how hard he said the narrow gate is? So which way are you going? Which way have you gone? I put it like that. Because he's sitting here telling you how hard it is through the narrow gate. So which way are you going? Which way, which direction are you in? So Sister Deborah says to you, these things that's taking place with the revelation, and it talks about all these things coming to the earth. All of these things being cast down to the earth. That's what all of them are about. Those 7 trumpets is about casting things from the heavens to the earth for destruction. You are going to get what you got coming. That's all I can say. You're going to get what you got coming. And I, Sister Deborah, say to you all, I appreciate each and every last one of you all. But the things that's happening, when you are spirit and truth with the light, you continue to find your way home. And your home is in the bosom of the Father, resting your head in his bosom. That's home. Because these people is going to get whatever they got coming. And some. Let me add that one. And some. They're going to get what they got coming. And while people on this earth is sitting around like this earth is heaven, this earth is the kingdom of the Most High Yah, and his throne is right next to in their house or next door at their workplace. You know, be careful out there. Don't get tied up with people. One day they this way, next day they this, and one day they this. That's not somebody with a stable direction. You can't be in the dark one day and in the light the next one, in the dark the next day and in the light the next one. And if Satan is playing that type of game on your mind, you need to, if you have not thought of it, is find your way home if you got a home with Yah. So I, Sister Deborah say, I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. Hope you got something out of it, and I will be back. Shalom and shalom.